Shelley Lechner, the Aquatic Director at the Marshalltown YMCA, YWCA. Just want to invite you all. It's a new year, new things, try new things, woohoo! Come in and try out some lap swimming or try a new class. We got lots of adult classes going on with deep water aerobics, Aqua Body Strong, our senior aqua, and also our Rusty Hinges classes. So lots of things still going on here at the pool. Great news is we have open swims back open on the weekends for families to come in and enjoy. Please call in and reserve your spot as we only have 50 slots per session. Our sessions run 1 to 3 and 3 to 5, both on Saturday and Sunday. Coming up, we do have some big events as it's that time of year to host large events here at our nanatorium. So check ahead, make sure the pools are open. The pools will be closed January 23rd, all day, both pools, due to a high school conference meet. They will also be closed on February 14th. We will be hosting the Y sectional meets, and then March 6th and 7th, both days, and the gym is closed that day, as those 2 days as well, for the YMCA State Swimming Championships. So lots of things going on. Swim lesson registration starts next week. So get your kids registered for swim lessons. It's never too late or too early to get them in the water and get them ready for the summer. Summer will be here sooner than we think. So anyway, come join us. If you have any questions, please call the Y at 641-752-8658, or you can look us up online at www.ymca-ywca.org.
Hi, my name is Pat Thompson. I'm public health nurse for Marshall County, and I've been at public health for 14 years now. Who knew it would go on like that? I remember when I started in public health, all I could spell was public health. I knew nothing about public health, but I've learned a lot through the years, and it's been a pleasure. Like I tell people, I have the best job in the world, and one reason is because I get to educate and be with other people, and it's just how I'm made, and it's a great place to be. So I'm not going to go 14 more years, I know that, but I'm not leaving soon. That's the other thing. So anyway, okay, so what is new? COVID's still here, so that's not new. But we do have vaccine that's coming in, and we've been working with giving vaccine to our healthcare workers since the end of December, and that's gone very, very well. Marshall County Public Health, through our healthcare providers, McFarland Clinic, Primary Health Care, Unity Point Health Hospital, and Hy-Vee Pharmacy, have given vaccine to 1,000, well, it'll be 1,000 ending up today. I think today's one of the last clinic days, or this week, doses to healthcare providers, or healthcare workers, and that's gone really well. Now we're heading toward our next tier of vaccine to people who need it, and that starts February 1st, and we're looking forward to getting more people vaccinated, but the main thing is we need vaccine. It's on the news, it's in the newspapers, how little vaccine we have. Marshall County is in the same boat. We only received 400 doses, and I didn't know if I could even say that, but it helps you understand that there's very little vaccine at this point, but we will have plenty, and there will be vaccine for everybody. And I know I tell people someday that I'll say, please use the vaccine. Someone that needs it, please take it, because we'll have plenty at some time. So right now, with our 400 doses, we are vaccinating our fire and law and sheriff's departments and jailers and communications, those types of workers, so that they can be safe or safer, decrease the risk, have a little protection as they take care of us, and that's what we need. Our next group of people will be child care providers, and so I'm working on that right now. And then after that, we'll be going to schools, and there's just many people that are considered essential workers that we need to help get the vaccine to. And also we're vaccinating our population of people starting with age groups in most cases, and that's working that will be a good thing too, but we have limited quantity, and I'm still telling people 2 to 3 months. Don't expect your vaccine for at least 2 or 3 months, and no one wants to hear that at all. And I've been asked, can I go to another county? Well, I've been telling people that I guess you can call, you can do that, but if someone called me from another county, I would say, no, I'm saving my vaccine for my Marshall County people. That's what we're doing. We have limited quantity, and sometime we'll probably give it to, we'll have plenty where that won't be a concern. But right now we have limited quantities, and we're doing our best to get that to you. This vaccine campaign starts February 1st. There's no list. You cannot drive up or go any place to get the vaccine. It's by registration. You'll be notified if it is something that you can have at that time. Please understand that not everybody can get it yet, and you cannot just go in, walk in a door and get a vaccine, because it's not there. You can't do it yet. And also, it's being used for certain people at this time that are that we need to get going and make sure they're vaccinated. Now, the vaccine we're giving here now is Moderna, and that's a 2-dose vaccine series. And after your first dose, which is called Prime, you have to wait 28 days before you can get your second dose, which is called a boost dose. And it's very important that people complete the series, because that's how you get the protection that you need. And also remember that after you have your vaccine shot dose, that it'll take at least 2 weeks for your body to build up the immunity to say, hey, this is something, I guess I better pay attention to this and build up some immunity. So that our body takes some time for that, so give it that. And the other thing is, nothing's 100%. So we still need to do our masking and our social distancing, essential errands, that type of thing, and just plain stay home. Now, yesterday, with the snow and everything, that was a good idea, right? Stay home. But it's still a very good idea, and it's going to go on for a while. I even think that when we're looking at the state fair, that's kind of soon, because that's a lot of people coming together, and there will be a lot of people that will not have the vaccine. And some of it will be by choice. So we have to make sure that we're taking care of ourselves so we can take care of others. We also are not vaccinating children yet, and I have not received one word about that, but someday we will. That will happen when studies are done and the vaccine for children is out there. We'll be doing that. And that'll be another campaign and another story, okay? So we're going to work on the ones we have right now and just keep plugging away at helping to protect people. Now, sometimes we see that people are choosing not to get vaccinated, and there's no law that says you have to, and you do have a choice on that, but it's really recommended, and I recommend that you get your vaccine. I have people say, call me, well, should my mom have it or my grandmother? And I tell people, if it were my mom, grandma, or sister, I would say, yes, please vaccinate them, because it's the only protection we have. And we're really trying to move out of the pandemic phase we're in. It's gone on a long time, and it's still not done, but it's hopeful. It's very hopeful. So just hang in there with me. I want to say don't hesitate to call me, which you can call me, but I don't have any new information yet, okay? And there's no list, okay? People think I have a list. There is no list. No list. but I can also talk to you about what's going on with our campaign, just like and what I would tell you is what I'm telling you right now. Okay, this is what is known. So hang in there, keep doing your social distancing, and please wear your mask, because it has proven to be effective. And really consider, people want to travel. Consider not, boy, that's hard for me to say to you, but really consider not. It's not, I would say it's not risk-free. When you leave your house, you have a risk of getting the COVID virus, and when you travel, you have an increased risk because you're going to be around more people. I know that one thing we need to do is know how to live with this isolation, this social distancing. I think we're coming along, but it's getting harder and harder. I realize that. But also, I'm going to look on the hopeful side here. Last night, or this morning I noticed the moon was really full. I'm not sure if today was a full day or not, or full moon day or not, when it is for sure. I also noticed that the lights, it's a little bit lighter, longer, and so that's why we have to enjoy those moments instead of, closing the curtains at 4:45. It's maybe 5:30, or I haven't looked at the times the sun rises or goes down lately, but we have longer daylight, so this is a time to enjoy that. Know that we're at the end of January. We are at the end of January. We've made it this far. We only have February and March, and then we're looking at spring right in the eye. And yes, so like Craig says, yes, because that is another phase, okay? So know that that is coming, and we've got some good days ahead of us, and vaccine is coming. So when I say we have little right now, which is the truth, I also know that when it gets ramped up and manufacturing catches up, that we'll have clinics, and it'll be very available. And there's nothing more that I want to do, or any of our healthcare providers want to do, is give you that vaccine if you'll take it, because it's so important. And it's like I say every year at the flu season, it's the only defense we really have. Okay, we know that there might be changes in vaccine as we go along, because COVID virus changes just like seasonal flu viruses change, and so we'll see what happens during seasonal flu vaccination in the fall. And when I say that out loud, when we've been just did seasonal flu vaccine, now we're doing the COVID. Oh boy, we'll be at it again, won't we? But guess what? We're going to be really good at getting this done. So that's important, and please know that. I want to tell you, I do receive lots and lots of phone calls, and I get to talk to lots and lots of really nice people. And when I ask them, I don't have anybody, no one has said to me, oh, I didn't get a flu shot. So that's encouraging. So if you haven't had your flu shot, it's not too late. And your healthcare provider does have flu vaccine, your pharmacies have flu vaccine, and it's not too late, and it's a really good idea to get it, okay? So there's things about the COVID virus I want you to remember, that it is a virus, and I said this before. So if you have a virus, you act like you have a virus. You take care of yourself like you have a virus. You don't think everything's going to be okay and just keep plugging along. You need to take care of yourself, get your sleep, have a balanced diet, because that avoid the alcohol, those types of things that are things we need to think about. Take good care of ourselves. So just remember to take good care of yourself. Remember you have a virus. Please do the precautions we ask you to do as far as isolating, because that helps prevent other people from getting it, and you don't want them to have it. And also, we do not know the long-term side effects of the virus, and we hear things on the news all the time, and it doesn't sound good. So I want you to act like you have a virus and take good care of yourself. Another thing I want to tell you, one of the things people have talked to me about is feeling like they have lack of information, and it's hard. It always has been hard to get information out to people. We just have to say that. Not everybody uses the same sources. If we had just one source, it'd be so easy, but it's not. Some people get the newspaper, some people don't. Some read it online, others don't. Some have access to a computer, and not everybody does. Some people have cell phones that they use as their computer, or texting and that type of thing. So we are well aware that not everybody uses the same sources. So Marshall County Public Health and the Marshall County Board of Health have established a Facebook page where you can receive information. I want to warn you that when we go on any kind of a electronic feed like that, there may not be lots of information yet, because there's not lots of information to tell you. All right, our clinic healthcare providers in town say, hey, check our Facebook, or excuse me, check our website. Please, they want you to check their website for information, but be aware that there may not be a lot to tell you, because there's not a lot to tell you at this moment, but keep checking, please. And they also realize that sometimes it doesn't look like they're doing anything with that website, because nothing's changed, and they're trying to make sure that people are aware that it is updated or paid attention to, because it is. All right, so just be aware, just keep checking that. So if you Google Marshall County Public Health, I haven't tried Googling it myself, I have to be very honest, because it's just, haven't had time. But I will, I need to, so I can actually tell you about it. But just Google Marshall County Public Health, and that will have information about the website, or the Facebook page is what it is, actually. So it's Facebook, Marshall County Public Health. You people that do Facebook know how to do it, and I know you'll find it. But anyway, so it's going to be worked on, and information will be there as time comes along, and if there's something big to tell you, it will be on there. Okay, and if everything's just plugging along, it may not be paid. It won't get quite as much attention because there's nothing to tell you. Okay, so check websites. Check Facebook. Our emergency management agency also has a Facebook page that Kim Elder works very hard on keeping up, and so it's going to be. There are places to go. Look at the websites for your healthcare provider. I'm going to say sit back, and Craig's really sitting back, and just wait, because it will be there. We all are paying attention. I tell people that your healthcare provider knows who you are, and they know the best way to get a hold of you for appointments, and if you have a flu, for flu clinics, flu shot clinics, for seasonal flu, they know how to get a hold of you, and they will be doing that too. So just sit back and relax, because it's going to be taking, like I said, 2 to 3 months, and then there will be big changes happening. So we expect that to happen, and continue what I've been telling people too. If you continue what you're doing to keep yourself as risk-free as you can, now's not the time to slack off. Looks like our numbers are down a little bit, so that's good. But that's because people are doing the things they need to do, and we know that summer activities in spring and summer will be coming up. And just remember, hang back there. Social distance, masks, stay home. All the things that make it so hard and you don't want to do. It's understood, totally understood. No one wants to go out more than me, but it is what it is, and someday we will, and it'll be great. Like they say, we'll be able to sit in a restaurant and hear conversations around us, and have more than our little tiny, what feels like little tiny lives and our little tiny homes that we have. But this is another time to be grateful that we have homes, and food, and all the things that we need to take good care of ourselves too. So until next time, Craig, do you have anything for me that you can think of?
Yeah. How many different vaccines are out there, and are they all 2-shot?
Okay, currently we have the Pfizer and the Moderna, and it's a 2-shot series for a vaccine. I'm waiting for my dream vaccine, is the one that just takes just 1 shot. Because when we've done all these healthcare workers, and everything's gone really well with that, and you think, got 1,000 done, this is great. Oh, guess what? We got to do it again, and they'll come back. So it's really important. As I say that, it's really important, if you get 1 shot, that you get the second one, and just even if you don't want to, do it, okay? Because that's what it takes. And believe me, there's many things we don't want to do. Just do it anyway, okay? Okay, so
what has to happen before we can give up masks?
Oh, well, you know what? We need a lot more people vaccinated to give up masks. Craig asked what has to happen for us to give up masks. Well, we need, I think, 70 or 80% vaccination rate. Don't quote me on that, but it has to be high. And also, yes, it's actually the vaccination rate. And then people need to stay home if they're sick, even if you've been vaccinated, those types of things. And just, it's basically that. But it's going to take a while to get there, even because of lack of vaccine for right now. I want to tell you that we have the capability of giving the vaccine. It's just we don't have the vaccine. So everything's ready to go. We really do. It's been proven just giving those 1,000 doses, and we had time to get it done, and that's what we needed, right? And we need to take care of people that way, our healthcare workers. So we have the capability. We just need the vaccine, and we'll all be good. Yes, it'll be way better, and we have something to look forward to, and And also, I'm going to pay attention as far as masks go and that type of thing, and recommendations to what the CDC and the Iowa Department of Public Health say. That, credible sources. That's what we need to follow. Don't look on other websites for information that is not from them, please, because this is, a credible source.
So do you have any personal predictions about the state fair?
Actually, yes. Now, I'm a state fair lover, and I know Craig also goes a lot, and lots of my friends do. And so I've been known to go 4 times in a that 10-day period, and enjoyed every day of it. And this year, I'm not sure that the state fair would be the place to go myself. At this point, I would say no. There have to be lots of changes because there will be unfortunately, there will be people that haven't had the vaccine that go there, and so your risk is a lot higher. And like I say, even when you have the vaccine, we're going to be positive, and you've completed the series. Nothing's 100%, but it's pretty darn high with the vaccines that we have. So that's a good thing. But don't trust it, So, and so anyway, I would hate to miss it again, but I don't know that I'll be going there this year. I keep trying to think, can I get there way?
Be one to go to.
Yes, yeah. Well, I think, could I go way early in the morning and just stay there a couple hours when no one's around? Because that's a really fun time to be at the fair. If you ever have gone early, it's a great time to get the bunnies.
Yeah, you have to go before the barn starts smelling.
Is that it? Okay, before the barn starts smelling. Yes. It's just a fun time because it's quiet, and you get to see people doing their thing that work there, and the people that have their livestock and their crafts, and everything about the state fair is great. And so it's fun to see people get going. But
it's just all those darn people.
Yeah, it's just all the people like me that are walking around, and I actually enjoy that. But I don't know that this is the year to put myself in that place. Just have to be honest with you. And I know I've missed out on a lot of things, just like all of you have. But next year we'll be there. We just keep hanging in there. So, anything else, Craig, that you can think of? No, not yet. So, okay. Until next time, wear your mask, cover your cough. Stay home. Please stay home if you're sick. Please, even if you think it's just your normal thing. Those normal little respiratory things can turn out to be COVID. They can. Seen it happen. So stay home if you're sick, cover your cough, wear your mask, wash your hands, social distance, please. And you can do a hug, hug, kiss, kiss from a distance, right? So until next time, bye-bye.
Human trafficking is the topic, and because I sound too muffled, let me take this off. Thank you for the opportunity for Mayor Joel Greer to talk about the proclamation that I entered to try to raise awareness and maybe erase that problem. We've already had arrests in Des Moines. It's scary to see the statistics on how many children and even people that aren't children are in the human trafficking arena and business, the victims especially, but boy, there are a lot of people that are getting arrested for doing it, and there are different ways that it's being done. Locally, Chief Tupper is on a statewide board that deals with it, so he's the one that should be interviewed if you want to know the facts and the percentages and the data and that sort of thing. His wife is an assistant prosecuting attorney. She would probably be the one to handle something like that if we actually had something happen in Marshall County. So far we have not. And so we're lucky locally, but there's a northwest Iowa town where they actually have a safe place for the victims to go. And it's a small town. I think maybe because it's easier to hide people and keep them safe, but a town of a population of less than 2,000 people has a place like that. And so we've got to have a problem here in Iowa if we have places that are being established to help people. The biggest possible deterrent is recognition that there's the problem out there, awareness, and having people call it Crime Stoppers if they see something fishy. That's really the best thing I can think of. Again, Tupper knows the answer to that question because that's his business, it's not mine. But I read about it and I talk to Tupper, and I'm sure that trying to find things that look odd. I mean, if you have a house that looks like it's got 4 or 5 people about the same age going in and out, or you can tell that there are more people living there than ever come out, those are the places where the victims are being kept. And so there have to be neighbors and mail carriers and people like that that would see something odd or fishy and just turn it in. You know, let the police do their job. Maybe it's nothing, but it's kind of like a wellness check. I'd rather have the police err on the side of disrupting people that aren't doing anything wrong, because they just might catch people that are doing something really, really bad. The housing thing is really getting exciting in town here. I mean, it's really getting exciting. At the city council meeting Monday night, this Rosemont company's coming in and they're going to put in really nice townhouses and duplexes over on the Naughton property, just this side of the bowling alley. Beautiful views, $240,000 worth probably. And the chamber is doing the $10,000 to new homeowners incentive. So far, the city's coughed up $250,000. The chamber's raised $250,000. Private fundraising isn't quite at $250,000, and we're trying to get the county to chip in $250,000 too. My hometown of Spencer did it, and it was wildly successful. They built the developer built the first place around the municipal golf course. There's a really nice Spencer Golf and Country Club, but the municipal course was smaller, didn't have much around it, and they had that $10,000 incentive. They immediately filled the buildings. So the developer built the second piece near there, immediately filled that, built the third piece. And the city administrator up there, when I was back home a few years ago, gave me a tour of the town. I couldn't believe the housing build up there in a short period of time. And this is going to spark a lot of things. But it's not the only one that we've got going. We have 2 on the southwest side of town. We have 2 on the southeast side of town. We have the State Street one going up. Iowa Wholesale Building is being repopulated. And so where we've had a severe shortage, and we haven't had any really good new construction for multi-housing, we've got it going all over town right now. So that's pretty cool. That's about the neatest thing going on in town right now. The other neat thing that's going on is our airport. I don't fly anymore. We sold the airplane 2 years ago, but before we sold it, I went into an awful lot of county seat airports around the state. And so I've seen what happens in Mountain Joy at Davenport when they fix it up, the Council Bluffs, the Dubuque Airport, Mason City, other places where they know it's important for economic development to have a nice landing spot, a long enough runway, a big enough hangar, a nice terminal, place for the pilots to stay, hangar big enough to put the jet in overnight so that you can not have to de-ice it the next day, things like that. And I am so pleased that the city council here endorsing the idea that we needed a new terminal and a new hangar, and that's going forward. They've staked it out there. Volbrecht does a great job as our FBO already, and for what budget he has and what building he has, he's made it look nice. He's got artwork out there, but this new one's going to be, it'll just pop for somebody coming in, like the Menards plane that came in to think, hey, maybe we could put a manufacturing plant out on 18th Avenue. It's that first impression they get when the CEO or their development guy comes in, and okay, well, this is Marshalltown, Iowa. Oh, this looks pretty nice. Now let's drive into town. Instead of having to fly into Des Moines or Newton, where they do have the hangars and where they can then sell a bunch of gas or av fuel to them, and then have to get a car and drive up here. By the time they get here, it's like, well, that's quite the drive. A lot of cornfields. So it's going to help people. It'll help corporations get a better impression when they come here. Menards, they build the plant. Not 2 years later, they're expanding it. It's going well. They're employing people. They're paying well. They're putting out a good product. We're situated well for the truck traffic now with the diagonal on Highway 30. So it's just one of those things that a good development thing. The other thing that's exciting to me is every single business, every single manufacturing firm that we have in town and our veterans home, we're all up to full speed. I see in Iowa now we're at 3.1% unemployment. Our problem is getting people here to work, but that's not, it's a good problem to have that we're expanding. Marshalltown company that used to be Marshalltown Trial, Emerson is back up to full speed. They've added people on there too. And then we're building this brand new hospital and brand new medical clinic that will bring the commuters back, or the people that are getting their care elsewhere, back to Marshalltown, because we have a great thing going here. We just need to have a nicer facility so we can attract more doctors and get the patients back here. And the plans for the clinic are very nice. You know, the building they're in right now is very nice too. I had an appointment last week. But this new one is going to be real user-friendly and in a pretty setting, very functional too. It's amazing, and some of this is because of the tornado. I'm sure some of it was going to happen anyway, but the tornado kind of started a spark to, you know, rehab the buildings downtown. Mm-hmm. The banks are fixing up their facades. New bank here. Every single grocery store we have is either building a new one, or there are 2 brand new ones, or they're fixing up the ones that they had. So people are kind of getting the bug to get this town back to its grandeur of the 1960s and 70s.